Now in 4 News Now, a shooting on the South Hill leaves one man dead and another in jail. We have the latest on the investigation.
And I'm tracking even more rain on the way. I'll let you know when we'll see breaks from the wet weather in your First Alert forecast.
And a push to fund safety improvements in Central Valley schools. How much you can expect to pay if both levies are approved. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now. A pound of meth and 35 guns are now off the streets in Moses Lake following an investigation involving multiple law enforcement agencies. Thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. Take a look at your screen here. These are all of the guns that were collected during that investigation. The U.S. attorney saying one of them may be connected to a murder that occurred in Montlake Park back in November. 8 people have been arrested and are facing multiple charges. Well, one man is in jail tonight for shooting and killing a man on the South Hill early this morning. Investigators say it happened at an apartment complex in the Moran Prairie neighborhood near East 55th in Freya. Police arrested 22-year-old Cody Lowe for second-degree murder. Neighbors say seeing an incident like this is unusual in this neighborhood.
My mom was awake at the time as I was sleeping, so she heard the gunshot, a loud pop. But I was asleep, so I didn't hear the pop or the gunshot, but I did hear what sounded like banging.
Lowe is in jail this afternoon and will make a court appearance tomorrow. The name of the victim will be released later. A man is now facing charges after Cheney police say he fired a gun several times near officers. Police say 21-year-old Asael Chavez was suicidal and refused to come out of an apartment, so they called SWAT to the scene. The shooting happened at an apartment complex on Chestnut and Hattie Street near Salnave Park. Neighbors say officers asked residents to evacuate the building.
Next thing I know, we were being knocked on our door and being evacuated out of our apartments. And it was kind of scary because didn't know what was going on with all the cops showing up.
Chavez eventually surrendered this morning and no one was hurt. He now faces charges including assault and reckless endangerment. Well, you won't have to worry about getting your car washed over the next few days because our streak of wet weather continues tomorrow. Let's send it over to meteorologist Matt Gray in for Chris Crocker. Matt, are we ever going to see the sun again?
No.
No.
And I'm just as upset as all the rest of you are about that. You know, at least when it was bitter Arctic cold, at least the sun was shining. There was a positive there. But I tell you what, if you like the rain, this has been the afternoon and evening for you as we have seen, well, not constant, but pretty close to constant showers across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Things are starting to quiet down now, though. Still going pretty good, though, around Latah, Benoit counties and around Kootenai County as well. So let's start off here where we've got another round of rain just pulling out of the Liberty Lake area. This will cross over the Rathdrum Prairie, so Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, and Rathdrum. Over the next 30-40 minutes, you'll have the final round of rain from this weather system. And as you head further south, places like St. Mary's also going to get a good soaking here for this middle portion of the evening. Light rain showers as well in Sandpoint. Schweitzer's getting more snow along with the rest of the Selkirk Mountains. So we are continuing to at least stack up a little bit of mountain snow, even if it is rain down in the valleys. As the rain starts to move out, the fog will begin to redevelop just like we saw this morning. There is going to be a lot of fog as we are waking up. Already visibilities have been down even less than a mile in some places around Moses Lake, and I expect everything to kind of fill in here as we head through the rest of the night, especially across eastern Washington. We've got more rounds of rain on the way, but I tell you what, there's going to be more than a few breaks coming for the rest of the work week. I'll tell you how to get around some of that wet weather coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. We now know the 2 mysterious items found in a home near a middle school in Coeur d'Alene were not explosives. Police say they got a call from a homeowner this morning who was going through stuff left behind by the previous owner. This house is near Lakes Middle School. Officers called in the Spokane County Explosives Device Unit, who disposed of the devices and determined they weren't explosives. The area was closed off, though, as a precaution for a few hours. We're just a few weeks away from February's special election. Voters in the Central Valley School District will be deciding on 2 separate levies: a replacement levy funding extracurricular and other projects, and a new levy to pay for safety improvements. Bronte Saratsky explains why the district says they're needed.
I'm here inside Bowdish Middle School, a Central Valley school in great need of repair. It's why they're hoping that these 2 levies can pass next month.
And the safety is always our utmost concern.
Bowdish principal Laura Lindley says ongoing issues at the middle school, such as leaking roofs, an unfinished play area, and a not-so-secure entrance, are why she hopes to see these 2 levies pass.
This is my 6th year here, and all 6 years. And I know that it's been prior. Since the building was built, we've never had that front entry vestibule. The roof has been repaired multiple times, and the playground has just been aging out.
In 2021, voters approved the Educational Programs and Operations Levy to add in learning services and programs. That levy had an estimated rate of $2.40 per $1,000 of assessed home value. Because home value and the number of homes have grown, that rate decreased to $191 per $1,000. So the district is asking voters to renew it again at the $2.40 rate.
So we do realize that even though it's a replacement, it is an increase in that. But as everyone's costs are going up, so are ours too. So we're just looking to keep it at that $2.40 per $1,000.
The other capital improvements levy is new, which would fund the maintenance and upgrades of school buildings.
And that would really just provide those top building improvements that we need for safety, to bring things up to ADA compliance and that type of thing.
That levy has an estimated rate of 39 cents per $1,000 of assessed home value. Without these levies passing, Lindley says the school won't be able to make these upgrades.
It'd be quite dependent on that.
On Saturday, Greater Spokane Incorporated will be hosting a rally at Riverfront Park to get people more informed about the region's upcoming levies and bonds. For more information on that, you can check out our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
It's been a rocky rollout for the new online federal application for federal student aid, or FAFSA.
Some students are struggling with the process for actually inviting their parents to complete their portion of the form. So students go in, they do their piece, and then there's supposed to be this seamless thing where you send an email to your parents and say, hey, now it's your turn. That process hasn't been working for everyone.
Other issues include some graduate students who complete the FAFSA are told they're eligible for a federal Pell Grant that doesn't need to be repaid when they are not. Experts say students and parents shouldn't give up and stay in touch with your financial aid offices.
Stay in contact with your financial aid office if you are struggling to meet a deadline in this very rocky year with the FAFSA, so they know you're doing what you can.
While the rollout for the new FAFSA hasn't been perfect, the Department of Education says it will provide an additional $1.8 billion in financial aid, but that only matters if students actually fill out the form. Experts say Washington students are leaving millions of dollars in financial aid behind by not filling out the form. Washington is currently ranked 48th in the nation for FAFSA submissions. In 2022, only 41% of graduating seniors submitted the form at all. Now there is a new nationwide push to make sure every graduating senior fills it out, and it starts with a new form aiming to address barriers that may keep families from submitting.
There's many different reasons to do it, and I think a lot of families just think they make too much, or they're not going to be eligible, or it's too complicated and they don't do it, and then are leaving themselves ineligible for all those different forms of aid.
4 News Now wants to make sure you're maximizing your financial aid. For tips on filling out that new form, you can watch Natalie Grant's special report. It's tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. Well, many families who lost everything in the Gray and Oregon Road fire say they feel left behind. Why they want the federal government to step in coming up. And big changes for your 2023 taxes. We have tips to get the most out of your return coming up on this special edition of 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
It's back. 4 big days, January 25th to the 28th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. New dealers, new boats, new floor layout. Go to SpokaneBoatShow.com.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Fred's Appliance is your go-to destination for cutting-edge home appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with the all-new Bosch dishwasher line. In stock and on sale. Say goodbye to dirty dishes and hello to crystal clear results. With sleek design and advanced technology, Fred's Appliance and Bosch make a perfect pair for your kitchen. Visit us today and experience the future of dishwashing. Fred's Appliance, transforming the heart of your home.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch a wave, catch the view, or do something that takes your breath away. AutoNation Volkswagen is here to help get you out there. Drive brand new Volkswagen models with 0% financing for 60 months. Visit AutoNation Volkswagen today. What drives you drives us.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
Why are Washington students missing out on millions in financial aid?
Many of our students are not accessing them because you have to fill out the FAFSA.
Why you might be eligible and not know it. Get the FAFSA facts. Natalie Grant reports tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Boats of all types and sizes, heavy metal and smaller fishing boats, open bow, high-performance ski and wakeboard boats, pontoons, and personal watercraft. Learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
And it's like the further you get removed from the local, it's like it seems like you get forgotten.
This afternoon, local lawmakers and community members joined Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers in a roundtable discussion at the Spokane County Courthouse. It comes as many urged the Biden administration to fast-track federal relief to Medical Lake and Elk, the sites of those devastating wildfires last summer. Hunter Bertram reports on what he learned from that meeting.
Derek, it's been nearly 5 months since the devastating fires ravaged more than 22,000 acres of land and burned 366 homes to the ground. As the table began discussing the ongoing recovery efforts, many expressed concerns that the aid provided so far has only benefited a certain group of people.
And the word came out was the help would be in humanitarian reasons to those who are uninsured. Well, that's nice. Those, in effect, that had insurance, in fact, were told, you're kind of on your own.
Not only have victims of the fire felt alone, but they also feel response has taken far too long.
Well, yeah, because we know that a disaster isn't just a one-time deal. We know there's going to be more fires. There's, as in the Midwest, there's tornadoes. So as far as I can tell, they've been receptive to wanting to do something. We've just got to get it funded and the right people in place.
It all comes back to a decision by the president, and the purpose in bringing everyone together today was to really raise awareness as to the need for a decision.
A decision that could help so many victims trying to rebuild and put an end to the standstill.
We just need a decision, up or down. Just give us a decision so that we can move forward.
They just don't know where they're going to be at, and love our community. They want to come back. They want to be a part of this, and they don't know how.
The objective of today's roundtable is to create awareness and urge the Biden administration to promptly respond to Governor Inslee's call for a major disaster declaration. This will help in the recovery efforts following the fires. Reporting in studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
And we're keeping an eye on more rain for this evening that's moving out of the area. We've got more fog, but what else is new? It's been a winter of fog around the inland Northwest. Perhaps more interesting may be some dry periods where you can maybe leave the raincoat at home for a couple of hours. We'll talk about that coming up in your forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war, the worst attack in 50 years. Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Robert Sacre. You may know me from my basketball career.
Down to 3.
But what you don't know is I'm a father of 4, and life can get pretty chaotic. So that's why I'm getting a vasectomy at North Idaho Urology, so I can finally sit back and enjoy the madness.
Vasectomy season is back. Scheduled today at North Idaho Urology.
It's time to start the new year off right in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. The new 2024 models are available, which means you can get the best selection now with over 100 great choices. And pick the color and package options you like best and take delivery today. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great choices. So if you need a safe, reliable winter ride, you can find it at Findlay.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Spokane. 1 weekend only. Spokane County Fair and Expo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. February 3rd and 4th. Spokane County Fair and Expo. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked, and we need to make room, so this week we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back. Here's a live look over a rain-soaked downtown Spokane. The silver lining is that this rain is at least helping melt the snow that's been on the ground. And Matt, besides the rain, sounds like we've got a bit of a warm-up on the way as well. You're talking about temperatures close to 50 degrees.
Close to 50 degrees, not too long from now. And as we head into the weekend, we're really going to start to feel that warm up, so it's going to be interesting, that's for sure, and all the effects that come along with those warmer temperatures. Let's get out there. Let's take another look. It's 38 in Spokane. It's 37 in Coeur d'Alene. Our temperatures basically, well, they have not changed since we heated up earlier today. Rain still falling around parts of Coeur d'Alene. You can see all the wet roads there, but we're pretty much done for the night as far as precipitation goes around Spokane, but I would not expect it to be long before we start to see fog developing. Fog and temperatures that'll be hovering just above freezing. However, there will be parts of the metro, such as around some of those higher benches, that will be right at freezing. So we are going to kind of repeat what we saw at times this morning. Dense fog in areas of slick and icy patches in some of our area roads. So just take it a little easy once again. Even though it doesn't feel like winter, this can still this type of weather can still cause you some problems out on the roads. We're going to continue to see fog develop across the north central Columbia Basin and eventually spread over into the Spokane area by the time we are waking up in the morning. Fog will be a little bit patchier as you cross the state line and into the Coeur d'Alene area. Now by 9 o'clock in the morning, we're still seeing patches of dense fog from the Columbia River all the way up I-90 into the Spokane area and around the West Plains, where it's likely going to hang out for quite a while. But you could see some significant improvement in visibility in the fog situation by the time we get to about 11 in the morning. Just expect that we will see that fog develop again around the West Plains and into Lincoln County as we get into Thursday night. Now, let's talk about Thursday, because there is going to be it's a small chance, but there's still a chance for some more wet weather to round out the day after we get into the upper 30s and low 40s around the area, much like we saw today. So let's fast forward in your forecast radar. Things will be fairly quiet for the rest of the night. Mountain showers continuing along the Idaho-Montana state line. And most of the day is pretty quiet, mostly cloudy skies. That's going to be something we repeat quite a bit here in the week ahead. Wasn't joking when it's going to be a long time before many of us may see the sun again. But as we head into the evening, you can see this is fairly late now. Our weather computers keep pushing this little wave of moisture back a little bit, and I think that probably adds to the possibility we may see a little wintry mix out of this. Now, look, it's not going to be enough to stick to the ground after some warm days, warm ground temperatures. But hey, if you're looking for any possibility of a valley snowflake, that's your opportunity tomorrow night, because after that, we're going to warm up in a big way. The next storm system is very warm, and it is going to be all rain. We'll actually start to see that as we head into Friday night. We've got lots of warm weather all the way up until the start of February. Our odds across the inland Northwest for warmer than average temperatures remain very high. And I tell you what, we could be talking about middle 40s, upper 40s, and deeper in the basin, even some low 50s. Because look at this. By Monday, we're up at 47 around the Spokane area. Tuesday at 46. Wednesday, right around 47, with a multitude of warm weather systems. But particularly this one on Saturday that starts Friday night, that is the one that's really going to be warming things up around here. Look at these lows. We're talking about lows in the middle and upper 30s, which is where our highs are right now. So we're just going to jump up one more level. It's going to have an early spring feel. And, well, Derek, it's going to be muddy out there, but it is already, isn't it?
It is indeed. All right, Matt, thank you so much. Well, tax day will be here before you know it. And there are some significant changes this year that could mean more money in your wallet. CNN's Jen Sullivan explains ways you can earn a bigger tax refund.
You may be receiving your W-2 form soon if you haven't already. And while the tax deadline is still a few months away, tax experts recommend filing your taxes early.
Get your taxes in.
As you begin to fill out your 2023 taxes, you may notice some differences. The IRS made several changes to the income tax brackets to help adjust for inflation.
They adjust certain tax benefits every year, but for tax year 2023 is the most they've been adjusted up in decades.
This means you may end up with a bigger refund. Here's why. In 2022, a person filing as single, earning between $41,766 to $89,075, paid 22% of their income to the IRS. In 2023, though, that tax bracket jumped to $44,726 to $95,375. That's a 7% change. Other changes? The amount of money you can claim in energy credits.
We always had the electric vehicle credit for up to $7,500, but there's also a credit for used electric vehicles now up to $4,000.
If you've made energy efficient improvements to your home, like installing new windows, you can also claim up to $1,200 in credits with no lifetime limits, instead of $500, which is what it was previously. There's also changes in tax credits for families.
If you're a family with 3 kids, it's $7,430.
So how much money can you expect to receive back? Last year, the IRS says the average refund was $3,039. But with the tax bracket changes, you can expect more. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, still ahead, a U.S. District Attorney says payment apps like Venmo aren't doing enough to protect your money. What they say needs to change after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What have you got against tomatoes?
I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
Celebrate the new year in style with your home improvement company. Make 2024 the year that your dream bathroom becomes a reality. Enjoy up to 40% off your entire bathroom project installed in 1 day or less. And enjoy zero interest, zero payments, and zero down until 2025. Our certified professionals will ensure a worry-free installation backed by material and labor warranties. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Call now to schedule your free consultation. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Spokane. 1 weekend only. Spokane County Fair and Expo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. February 3rd and 4th. Spokane County Fair and Expo. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
All right, around the nation tonight. This crash happened on a highway in Oklahoma. Luckily, Oklahoma Highway Patrol says everyone, involved in the crash is expected to make a full recovery. OHP shared the video to remind people to slow down and give officers plenty of room. Well, Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App, we all use them in this world of convenience. And today, the Manhattan District Attorney is calling on those companies to protect your money. Alvin Bragg says the companies are leaving users like you vulnerable to fraud that's draining bank accounts, leaving people with nothing. He sent a letter to the companies warning of a troubling rise in illegal behavior. He says all thieves have to do is steal a phone that has the apps installed, and it's an open doorway to your money.
Technology makes it far more problematic. You know, if I put my hand in your pocket 20 years ago, I might pull out $20, right? But unlike, 20, 30 years ago, if I get a hold of that, I might have all your life savings.
In Los Angeles, several people have been robbed at knife point of thousands of dollars through Venmo in the past year. Zachary Skinner says an armed man in a mask approached him outside a bar in Chicago, demanded his phone, and then took $1,000 using Zelle through his banking app.
I just remember in the moment, I was just freaking out, just was like, all right, just going to do whatever this guy really wants from me. Just wanted to get out of there mostly unscathed.
Zelle says it's required to reimburse people for confirmed fraud cases. The DA wants limits on transactions, secondary verification, and better monitoring of unusual activity. Venmo and Cash App say they're committed to customer safety without committing to those proposed reforms. All right, we have much more coming your way after the break, including how many lives could be saved if the federal government banned menthol cigarettes. And the newest member of the Spokane City Council is already making history, how she plans on helping marginalized communities next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the wind. AutoNation Honda is here to help get you out there. Lease a brand new 2024 Honda Accord for only $249 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year.
But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever. With an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing this Thursday. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked, and we need to make room. So this week, we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Spokane. 1 weekend only. Spokane County Fair and Expo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. February 3rd and 4th. Spokane County Fair and Expo. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch the view. AutoNation Honda is here to help get you out there. Lease a new 2023 Honda Ridgeline Sport for only $299 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with meteorologist Matt Gray. And Matt, you're tracking fog that could lead to some icy roads tomorrow morning.
That's right. And it also doesn't help that it's raining, and we're going to have temperatures hovering right around freezing in the morning. So a lot of us are seeing the rain wrap up right now, and that means sooner rather than later, we are going to see fog begin to work its way back into our lives. But at least for the moment, it's still just rainy out there for most of us. Little light shower that's pushed through the Pullman area. Mostly, though, we're just seeing some snow and rain high up in the Blue Mountains. We are also seeing rain quickly. It just moved in the last 30 minutes. It's already pulling away from Coeur d'Alene and off into the Coeur d'Alene Mountains. We're also seeing things begin to dry out right now in St. Mary's. And so this is the rest of your evening. For the most part, these showers about to fade away over the next hour and a half. And we end up with temperatures in that 32 to 33 degree range, so right on the edge. Even if you only drop down to 33, 34 degrees tonight, your ground temperatures and all the rain on those untreated roads and sidewalks could freeze up in more than a few spots and lead to some icy conditions, much like we saw around the area this morning. Plus, we're going to see fog developing. In fact, it is already around places like Moses Lake and Ritzville, and that will eventually spread into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene metro later on tonight. So we start with the fog. There will be a chance for some more showers on Thursday, just not nearly as much as expected as what we saw today. Our next wettest day is actually going to be during the weekend, so maybe you want to think about some indoor plans on Saturday. Now, also on Saturday, we're about to see a jump in temperatures. Instead of hovering around 38, 40 degrees, how about the middle and upper 40s by the end of the weekend? And that means more melting snow. And there's quite a bit of impact from melting snow already we're seeing around the inland Northwest. I'll show that to you, and we'll talk more about some of that warm weather on the way coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. A second person is now in jail in connection to a Spokane Valley murder from last February. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says 38-year-old Daryl Harris is now facing second-degree murder charges in the death of Deshaun Crawford. Police say they found Crawford's body after a shooting at a home near 2nd and Havana on February the 8th. During their investigation, the Sheriff's Office says they had enough evidence to arrest Harris, but they couldn't find him. 10 months later, he was arrested in Pierce County and brought back to Spokane County. The head-on crash in northeast Spokane killed one person and sent 4 others to the hospital this morning. It happened on East Bigelow Gulch near Weil. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says the semi was heading west when it crossed the center line, crashing into another car. The 3 people inside that car were rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. One of them later died. The 2 people inside the semi were also taken to the hospital. Well, this is Lily Navarrete, Spokane's newest city council member. She's also the first Latina and immigrant to ever hold a position on the council. Marissa Rio shares how she plans to represent marginalized communities.
Navarrete moved to Spokane from Mexico City in the late 1980s. She didn't know any English, and she says there wasn't much representation, so it was difficult for her. She hopes to make resources like educational programs more easily accessible so others don't struggle the way she did. Navarrete now represents District 2, which includes East Central, a culturally diverse neighborhood. To earn her position, she went through a 2-month process and was chosen over 17 other candidates. She hopes that other minority groups lean in on her representation and understand that their voice matters.
I invite my community and, again, the underrepresented, underserved, to bring their issues or their problems or their needs because there is a voice now there to represent them.
Navarrete hopes that she can make resources more easily accessible for all, including the houseless community. Navarrete officially begins representing District 2 alongside Paul Dillon on Monday. Reporting in studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, Washington's Attorney General announced Johnson & Johnson will pay $150 million to the state over the role it played in the nation's fentanyl crisis. Local governments will benefit from tens of millions of dollars to help combat the opioid epidemic. Johnson & Johnson declined to go to trial, resulting in nearly $25 million additional dollars in settlement money. It will fund local programs for first responders, improve treatment options, and other ways to combat drugs. AG Bob Ferguson says people pull him aside about the opioid epidemic a lot, and it pushed him to get a better settlement for the state.
Johnson & Johnson deceived doctors and patients about how addictive its opioid products are. Despite the evidence, Johnson & Johnson claimed there was a very low risk that patients would become addicted to its opioids.
Spokane is slated to receive about $5.5 million of this settlement money by this summer before the end of the fiscal year. The American Lung Association is calling out the Biden administration for dragging its feet on a proposed ban on menthol cigarettes and cigars. The organization says the administration's failure to finalize the ban will result in more death and disease caused by smoking. In October, the Food and Drug Administration sent final rules on the issue to the White House for review. The White House has yet to sign off on the FDA's regulatory action. Researchers estimate a regulation banning menthol cigarettes would save about 654,000 lives over the next 40 years. Well, the FAA has released its final instructions to airlines to begin conducting inspections of their Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes, a move that will eventually allow them to fly again. The agency had grounded nearly 200 of the planes after an Alaska Airlines flight lost one of its door plugs mid-flight over Portland earlier this month. This now means the airlines could have planes back in the air as early as this weekend, with Delta announcing their fleet of 737 MAX 9s will be back up and running on Sunday. But the FAA says this does not mean Boeing gets to return to business as usual, saying it will not allow the company to expand its line of 737 MAX 9s until quality control issues are resolved. Washington Senator Patty Murray echoing that statement, saying profits can't come before safety, ever. And top executives at Boeing really need to get that. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
When I was little, my friends and I used to build bicycles and race go-karts. When we got older, we rode motorbikes. I always knew someday my family would own a dealership that sold really cool rides that drove fast at great prices. Today, our Cal Superstores in Erie Heights and Coeur d'Alene specialize in selling the very best used vehicles in the region. We know this is a big purchase in your life, and we want you to be proud of where you bought it from.
For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home. No problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
Now's the perfect time for your new adventure. So, catch a wave.
catch the view, or do something that takes your breath away. AutoNation Volkswagen is here to help get you out there. Drive brand new Volkswagen models with 0% financing for 60 months. Visit AutoNation Volkswagen today. What drives you drives us.
This is the beautiful Nissan Rogue. Check it out. Futuristic front, spacious interior, and a functional rear hatch. But beauty is only part of why we know you'll love this SUV. There's numerous safety features, driving modes for snow, off-road, sport, and even hands-free. Important rear driver assist and automatic braking systems. Plus, lane safety with blind spot detection. The Nissan Rogue is a great SUV, and our friendly dealership is a great place to test drive one. Just off Highway 95, Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Ford News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
All right, welcome back. Matt, we talked about all the rain earlier that's been melting away all of that snow, causing some runoff in a lot of our, area waterways.
Things that were dry most of the year, they're not very dry right now. Our friend Nora Jen has a great example of this. So this is in the Grand Coulees. So this is right around Steamboat Rock, $1 Million Mile area, right along Highway 155. I'm not going to say the name of the creek in case I pronounce it wrong. I think it's Rusho, maybe it's Rusho. We'll see. Most of the time, though, it's dry. It doesn't look like this. There's not a 150-foot waterfall. And look at the color. It's all nasty and brown. All of that snert, the snow and the dirt all melted together. So there's a lot of snow to be melted after all the Arctic air and the storms of recent. And now we are just seeing those temperatures soar and lots of melting snow. Take a look at this. This is a representation here in the Spokane area of how much water is in that snow. We're talking about 2 inches worth of water in the snow around Coeur d'Alene that remains. About 1 inch worth of water remains of the snow around Spokane. It's 10 inches on Mount Spokane. It's over 17 inches and counting because we're getting snow right now in Schweitzer. So it just goes to show you, there's a lot of snow out there from months and months worth of accumulation, and a lot of it is going to start melting here, not just right now in the lowlands, but even in the middle portions of the mountain ridges as we get into the weekend, because take a look at this. By the way, this is kind of relevant to us for tomorrow night, but take a look at this. 6,500 feet, 7,000 foot snow elevations, rain snow line for this weekend as much warmer air rolls in. Now, the relative coolness compared to what we'll see this weekend, that's important because we may see 1 or 2 snowflakes try to push their way down to the valleys with some moisture coming in for tomorrow night. Most of the day, though, for tomorrow should be fairly dry, so a nice contrast to kind of the wet, soggy weather that we saw today. I would expect if you do see a flurry, it'll likely be for our friends in North Idaho. Not holding out a lot of hope for Spokane. Then as we head into Saturday, find some indoor activities. We will start off with some rain, and it's just going to keep on coming for a good portion of Saturday. And I tell you what, Sunday, the trend now with the computer is starting to look a little wet there as well. So the weekend might be a bit of a wash, and we continue to have rain chances all the way up through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But I think the bigger story is the melting snow and these temperatures. Look at this, upper 40s, and places in the Columbia Basin are going to be in the 50s around the LC Valley too, with temperatures like this around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene.
All right, Matt, thank you. Julian, I have to admit, I've been extremely distracted this entire newscast because the Cougs are playing right now, and they got a decent lead late here on Utah.
Yeah, a huge run there in the second half, and this is a huge game also for their tournament hopes to boost that resume a little bit. We're going to have an update from Pullman coming up in sports after the break. Stay with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
It's back. 4 big days, January 25th to the 28th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. New dealers, new boats, new floor layout. Go to SpokaneBoatShow.com.
Temperatures outside are expected to drop near zero from now through the end of the month, and we want you to be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. Have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy New Year from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Drive new 2024 Subaru Outback models with 1.9 APR at AutoNation Subaru.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, the waiting is over.
We have new Hondas in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, they all come with a lifetime warranty.
Come check out the all-new Honda CR-V and Accord hybrids.
Or maybe you're wanting the new Honda Ridgeline or newly designed Honda Pilot.
Whether you want a new car, van, or SUV, we have them in stock.
Family owned and operated in beautiful Coeur d'Alene, Idaho for over 55 years.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Visit us at our website, cdahonda.com.
Boats of all types and sizes, heavy metal and smaller fishing boats, open bow, high-performance ski and wakeboard boats, pontoons, and personal watercraft. Learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Ford News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Well, the Washington State men's basketball team hosting Utah tonight, hoping to even the score after losing to the Utes by 28 points last month. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us in studio. And Julian, this seems like a game the Cougs need to win for their NCAA tournament resume.
Yeah, the margin of error is so razor thin for a team like Washington State if they want to make the tournament. Every win goes a long way, and every loss is magnified. Utah is projected to go to the tournament, so the Cougs were looking to prove they belong with the big boys. This is where we're at right now. The Cougs lost 3 straight to Utah. Heading into this one, they wanted to make sure the losing streak stopped tonight. First half, Cougs with the ball. Miles Rice with the miss. Isaac Jones, the rebound. He misses, but he gets it back and scores with the foul as Washington State leads by 3 at halftime. Now, second half, Utah trying to stay in the game as Jones goes up again, but Keba Keita says not today. Keita denies Jones at the rim, and we're going to the other end. Keita then underneath gets rewarded. The big fella turns defense into offense with the slam dunk. That cut the WSU lead to 3, but then WSU on an 8-0 run in the second half, led by their sharpshooter Isaiah Watts. He's the grandson of former Seattle Sonics legend Slick Watson. He says, I got it from my granddaddy. Knocks down the 3. Cougs lead late in the second half in this one. We're going to have a final of this game tonight at 11 o'clock, but this would be a huge win for Washington State to help its tournament resume. Now, speaking of the tournament, Gonzaga basketball has made 24 straight NCAA tournament appearances, but they're on the bubble right now. The Bulldogs will take on San Francisco in a huge conference game tomorrow. A win would help their tournament hopes. A loss would make it an uphill climb to get to the big dance. Bulldogs guard Nolan Hickman says there's added pressure playing for Gonzaga, especially with the tournament streak hanging in the balance.
They usually see us around, the number 1 spot, and it's kind of the norm. But now, we're not really that, and I'm glad to have it early than late. So now we have that fire now.
We know if we win games, we're going to be in the tournament. We're playing good basketball right now, and we'll be fine throughout the rest of the year if we just take care of business.
The last time Gonzaga was not a top 4 seed was 2016. The Bulldogs were an 11 seed that year and made the Sweet 16. Tip-off against San Francisco's at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Gonzaga has won 27 straight games over the Dons. Now, a former Washington State football player is leaving his new school just 1 week after joining. Texas State quarterback Jayden de Laura has withdrawn from the university and is no longer with the football program. The former WSU and Arizona quarterback joined the Bobcats just a week ago. There was a lot of controversy surrounding de Laura's commitment to Texas State. DeLauro recently settled a civil case that claimed he committed sexual assault in 2018 against a fellow minor following a high school football game in his home state of Hawaii. Texas State fans voiced their concerns over DeLaura's signing. Some students even plan to protest against DeLauro even joining the team. DeLauro started in every game for Arizona in 2022, as well as the first 4 games of last season before being sidelined with an injury. Looks like the Cougs, under 3 minutes to go, lead by 13. Safe to say it might be in the bag.
See if they can hang on.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical. Guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical. Your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked and we need to make room, so this week we're having an overstock sale. Get big discounts of 15 to 30%, even up to 70% off to help us reduce this inventory immediately.
While supplies last at Walker's. For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home. No problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe.